Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Long time ago, when I was little, I used to walk on the beach with my family. My family owned, it was actually my grandparents, they owned a summer home in New Buffalo, about 2 hours north of Chicago. And we used to walk on the beach a lot. One day, we were walking past this hut, and there were these puppies on display. Now, they were our neighbors, and either they just had a big dog that just had puppies, or they just bought a bunch of puppies. So I just remember that one day when there were black colored dogs. I think there were Dobermans, and there were a variety of dogs that were black. They might have been mixed. But I remember that day when there was these puppies at this hut. So a couple years pass, and it's a very nice day, and my family goes out walking again, the same direction. The sky was very blue, remember that? And, the waves were really small, almost non-existent. And we're walking along the beach, and we pass this hut. It's about half a mile from my grandparents' summer home. And now these are relatively private beaches, so it's completely empty. It's not like a public beach. It's just completely empty space. So we get to the hut, and I remember seeing all these dogs all grown up. And one of them starts barking and starts running at us. Now I was still very young, and when the dogs start running at me really, really fast, because it's not like the city where they're running at you, they pick up a lot of speed when they're coming at you. I run the opposite way. And sure enough, the dog runs after me. So I'm terrified since I'm very young. And this dog wasn't a friendly dog, it was territorial, because we were passing its territory. So it actually got me, it bit me. Now, I wasn't seriously bleeding, but I was very terrified of the ordeal. So from then on, I was very fearful of this hut. It was just, right before you get to this beach, they had this little house, they call it like a hut. So I was very terrified every time I passed it. And the dog continued to chase me every time I passed it. But this time what I would do was when it was running after me, I would run into the water. So it never had bit me again. But still, it was a terrifying ordeal. And even in other scenarios, when I was walking the beach, anytime another dog ran at me, it was running towards me, I would just start running, and they would always run after me. And just like the other dog, I would either run in the water or they would just stop chasing me. So this developed a fear of dogs. I had this fear of dogs. And it was kind of ingrained. Every time I saw a dog come, when it was moving, it was just kind of flinch. So time goes by, and when I'm back home in the suburbs, there was always these dogs in the neighborhood behind the fences, and they would run up to you, and they would just start barking really loud. And I would always get frightened, but after a while, I found out, well, they can't pass the fence. So many times I would just stand there. And what I actually found out was that they would stop barking. You see, dogs, they sense fear. People are telling me this. So if you show fear, if you go up there and you're like start shaking and scared, they're going to keep barking.